Sup, dude? You're gonna need one of these. Cause it's time for Dudes After Dark. Let's go!
What's up, buddy?
It's not really Dudes After
It's
Dark.
not Dudes After Dark, but
It's
hey, it's still
but we're still brought to you by Garage Beer.
That's right.
So here we are.
Hey, we do need to work on it. We do need to work on that one.
Yeah, I know. Hey, everybody, welcome to another Foodie show, the Sunday installment here on the Dude Network, where we talk about food and whatever else we feel like, or you inspire, the guest inspires, or whatever. As always, I'm your man, John Z, your host here, always joined by the co-host, the Big D out of the South Kakalaki.
That's right.
Bringing home that sweet Carolina gold.
That's right. Hey, we got it working. How's your weekend been? See, it's pretty refreshing right now.
It's pretty good right now. But this is probably one of the most jaw-clenching ones I've ever had.
Oh, no wonder you couldn't speak.
The definition of tart.
Oof. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Hey, as soon as I get it to my house, I'll bring you some, Robert. All right? So chill off on
it. Yeah, everybody still wants that line, man. Everybody still wants that line.
I know, dude. I know as soon as that can make it out here, it'll do just fine. That's fine.
Right.
How's your weekend, man? Hey, hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Damon might be looking a little more flush. Like you've been in the sun or something. Maybe taking it too easy.
Just a little bit.
Vacation, huh, buddy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we was at the lake for a week. Chilled out down there for a little while. Up there, across there, wherever. It's not too far away. However which way you want to drive. So,
you guys were up there catfishing, we saw.
Yeah. We caught about 10, I'd say 2 to 3 pounders. And then I caught one, it was about 12 to 15 pounds. So,
nice.
So if I could have had about a dozen of them, it'd have been good.
Those are all eaten, though.
Yeah. The small ones make fish sandwiches. That one made like a fish hoagie. So
yeah, right on.
That one will need a whole hoagie roll.
Did you fillet them or did you do like the nugget? Or like
no, I filleted it all out. I filleted it out. So got to have the whole fillets.
Well, you got any plans? What's coming up this week or next weekend?
Taking it easy still. Going back to work.
Yeah, back to the daily. I'm not sure. We might do something crazy next weekend too.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, we've been inspired by our boy Damon here taking off. And
there you go. Just take off and go do something.
Yeah. But hey, look, we're not really here to see us.
That's right. They don't want to see. They see us every week.
Yeah. Hey, look. So the man we're bringing on may or may not be, and if you heard it here first, is all I'm going to say, the undisputed sandwich king of the foodie world, or at least one of the reigning champs. If I remember right, he works at a meat shop or he's a butcher. He's always messing with different cuts of meat. Either wherever he works, he's got access to really good meat. And I know I apologize, Robert. I'm just living my best life and can't recall. But if you have followed him for a while, the guy has done some really cool, crazy stuff. And we have brought some of those things here to show you just so we can talk about it with him. he is on Team Redbeard, where you can get the Zab, which we also, he took that a little bit further as well. The guy is pushing boundaries and killing it out in the backyard, whether it be the grill, the stove, or the flat top. Our man, Rose's Backyard Barbecue, Robert Rose.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
How we doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Look at that background up there. Oh, man.
Yeah. Got that good West Coast lighting there. It's so dark here.
What's the temperature up where you're at?
What are we at? We were at about 20 minutes ago. We were still at 95.
Oh, okay.
That's not
So
terrible.
not bad.
Okay.
We got a
Those
nice little breeze blowing across the deck here. So
nice.
yeah.
But it's funny you say 95 and I see no sweat coming down from you.
Yeah, I was just wiping it off a minute ago when I was.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say that around here, the shirt's wet and everything else is wet.
Yeah. No, I changed my shirt right before I got on here.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, standing down there on that grill deck behind me, I had the flat top and the smoker going, so
Yeah,
it was plenty warm.
So it's like 102 where you were standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, hey, how the heck you been? How's things been going with everything?
Good. Pretty laid back. Pretty busy this year at work for the summer. So yeah, we've been changing some things up with the store that I work at. So kind of taking it a different direction, which has required us to be there more and so not as much cooking as I'd like to do, but still get some in.
There you go.
Well, no, but you don't seem to slow down. They don't at least.
No, you couldn't too.
Yeah, when we do cook, we try to get 2, maybe 3 cooks in a day, something we can spread out throughout the week. I'm learning how to use every bit of footage and photo that I possibly can to stretch it out. So, but
So,
yeah.
hey, man, before we get too far into this, tell everybody a little bit about how this all started for you, where this all kicked off.
So I've always liked to grill. I call it barbecue. It's more grilling and just backyard cooking. The barbecue didn't come along until probably 3 years ago. And by barbecue, I mean pellet grill. So I don't have an offset. I haven't learned to use an offset. I honestly don't have the room for one. So we do what we can with the stuff that we have. And
that's right.
Once when COVID hit, we were working on putting a food truck together, and then COVID hit and kind of scared everybody, and we didn't want to take the risk. Come to find out, that would have been an awesome risk because the business type was what flourished here in Central Oregon. So, but who knew?
Yeah.
So I just I turned what we were doing into social media posts and started our page, and it just kind of took off really quick after we fired up the Facebook page. So
right.
that's kind of how we got started doing it.
Okay.
So yeah.
I bumbled it. You work at are you the butcher? Are you a butcher there?
Yeah. So my wife and I run a meat shop. We're meat cutters. Her and I, we learned old school. We do have the butchering skills. But these days we're just meat cutters, and yeah, but we manage a meat department in a grocery store. So
okay.
Got it. Okay.
Like you were saying in the beginning, we've got pretty good access to a lot of different cuts, and and get to play around with a lot of different things. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah. Some places, it just depends on where you live. Some places, it seems like anybody. Oh boy,
You good?
We can hear you.
and
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Am I cutting out?
We can hear you. I don't know, but so while he's waiting
Did
on
I
that,
cut out?
yeah, you did. But while we're waiting on him to come back, so you can get your hands on a lot of different cuts. So
Yeah.
what's like one bucket list cut that you haven't got your hands on that you really want to get your hands on to cook?
Oh shoot, I'd love to get a bone-in pork belly with the spare ribs still on it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd love to. Unfortunately, they're just something like that for us is just almost next to impossible to get a hold of.
Right.
Someday.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to get it somehow, some way.
Oh yeah, just order it online. You can get anything.
Right.
If you want to pay the price.
Right.
So
yeah. So you say you got I'm gonna pull them out real quick. So you say you got pellet grill and a flat top. That's all you got?
So I've got a 6-burner Nex grill, gas grill. I've got the Green Mountain grill and then the Blackstone.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we do everything on.
I got you. Hey, don't let nobody tell you can't do barbecue on a pellet grill.
We turn out some damn good barbecue. I feel like we turn out some damn good barbecue.
That's right. I think so. I think it works, and everything has its own place though.
Yes, absolutely.
So
there's different things you can do with the pellet grills. I bought one of the little smoker tubes so I can get a little more smoke imparted into the stuff we're cooking in it. It actually makes a huge difference.
Right.
So
I've tried it, and I can't. I guess mine circulates too much air or something. I can't keep mine lit inside of it. I don't know. Maybe I need to try it again.
Yeah, it took me torching it pretty good to get it started.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe I didn't torch it enough. So
yeah, turned out it worked pretty good for me for the few cooks that I've been able to use it. So
right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Johnsy pulled off a couple of little things here. So we go. Let's see show everybody what kind of meals you preparing here.
I think I saw my sister pop up a few minutes ago. Said hi to me.
Yeah, was that Sabrina?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said hi. There's some chicken right there.
Oh yeah, that was all on the Blackstone.
I got
that cook was. We did a homemade cheese sauce, steamed the broccoli on the Blackstone, and then seared off those thighs. Those thighs were good.
Yeah, they look good.
That's when we were trying the keto.
For a while. How long did that not last?
No, that did not last. That didn't last long.
Right. Yeah, you good now?
Oh, okay.
He's back.
You fine, buddy. You good? So let's roll one more while Johnsy gets his bearing back straight. You can tell us. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
The ground beef nachos.
Yeah, those were. I want to say that was the street corn nachos that we used. We did a. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. That was the Redbeard street corn.
I guess.
We did a homemade cheese sauce with that. Yeah. Those were killer.
Yeah, dude.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
It just looks so gourmet, so restaurant worthy. It's like a $25 nacho they drop off at the table.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Well, and that's what we were going for. Like I said, when we were shooting for the food truck, when I go to a food truck, I want to see, I want it to look pretty. I don't just want it to be good food. I want it, I want it to look good as well. You eat with your eyes first. So,
bingo.
So I worked real hard on the plating and all of that before when we thought we were going to get the food truck. But so yeah, and then the photography helps, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you,
You
man.
guys do your own?
What's that?
You guys do all your own, or a kid help
Photography?
you? Or you have
Yeah.
a nephew
So,
who's a or something? What's the secret?
well, both my wife and my son. My wife she did photography clear back in 4-H, so she's been good at it for a long time. And my son, he's got his own fly fishing page, and that's what he does. He does wildlife photography
Nice.
and stuff like that. So they've helped me out quite a bit with the photography end of it. So.
Because some of your pictures are real. I mean, not saying, I'm just curious because I'm like, how does this guy work, cook all the time, and have all the time to edit all these perfect looking things?
Yeah. Well, I'll take you. I'll tell you, I get probably 50, 60 shots when everything I eat is cold most of the time.
Yeah.
So the camera eats first.
That's
and
right.
we get 50, 60 shots of something that I'm probably only going to use 4 photos of. So
right. Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll have that one where it's just got that perfect angle, and then you have everything else is like, well, it looks the same, but it's not though.
Yeah. Yeah, the lighting is huge.
How you shoot 20 minutes of video for like a 15-second reel?
Yep.
True.
Or you shoot an hour's worth of video and you forget to film the end of it. Yeah.
I've been there, like,
Yeah.
And then what's funny is I'll post like a bunch of different, and then everybody just hammers home, let's see the finish. Let's see the finish. And you're like,
I want to see the finish.
The finish was just a photo.
Yeah.
I've done that. I did a cook for Painted Hills Natural Beef here midsummer, and I literally the whole tail end of it, I completely screwed up and didn't hit the record button, and it was so deflating because I spent so much time on it. And the good thing about it is I've learned to use what footage you can get to build 3 or 4 other posts out of it, between reels and stories and stuff like that. So
you have to,
yeah, don't waste it. I mean, don't waste the footage or the photos. You can use them in some way.
I remember my first like probably 6 months into this, and a whole cook per post. So I'm like, man, dude, I'm dying over here. Like, how are these guys doing?
Yep. Using all 15 photos that were good.
Yeah.
Yep. For one post.
Putting them in a carousel and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, hey, look, we see a lot of really cool stuff from you before we get into much more. But what's a regular, like, weekday? Because you guys run a home meat department, kids, everything else. What's like a regular go-to Rose dinner meal?
Tacos or burgers.
There you go.
Honestly, we do tacos and burgers so many nights. We're big on BLTs. So my daughter will tell you she doesn't like bacon, but she loves BLTs. And other than eating straight bacon, it's like the purest form of bacon, just having it on a BLT. So I call BS.
That's but whatever. You teach their own.
That's right.
That's just wild. At least she likes BLTs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah. Now those are probably our 2 go-to meals for the week, or would be a burger or some form of taco.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's pull up another picture and let's put him in the hot seat.
Let's put it in the hot. Let's get it.
Oh gosh.
Boom.
Look at these. Look at those.
Boom. Okay. Yeah. Painted Hills Natural Beef. I do believe that was ribeyes or New York's, I think.
these were the strip steaks. Yeah.
I was gonna say, that looks
Yeah,
like
okay.
that looks like a stripper.
And then we just used like the little creamer potatoes and split them in half and threw them on the flat top with garlic and butter, and then topped them with some Parmesan.
Jeez, man.
That's just like, hey, it is a classic right there. That's just a perfect meal right there.
Yeah.
Steak and potatoes, baby.
We did those potatoes tonight with our chicken.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So have y'all ever thought about going back and revisiting the food truck idea?
Great
I look
question.
at it this way. We've got really good jobs where we're at. I find it hard to want to work 40 hours a week and then work 40 hours a week to get a food truck going. I just don't know that I'm at the point now where I want to do that. I love doing what I'm doing. I love doing the Facebook and the Instagram. I think at this point, I just don't think I want to turn it into a job. So
Right.
I want to continue to love doing what I'm doing and sharing it with people through social media.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
And we're at the point now where the wife and I want to start doing some more traveling and more vacationing, and it'd be hard to do that with a food truck. And
true,
because I don't trust people to do the things the way that I want them done. To hire people to run my food truck. So that would never be an option for me. I would have to be hands-on, as many days a week as I was open.
Right.
So
right.
Well, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. That's how we'll keep it for now.
What number was that?
That was number 3.
All right, let's go with pull up one of the videos. What do you got first?
God.
Not the bagel one. Don't that.
Okay.
We're saving that one for.
Here we go. We got this one here then.
Yeah. What the?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Is that a triple or double smash burger?
It's a triple smash burger with onions and it's got the works on it. Bacon.
That's what I was gonna say. He said he loved his burgers.
We do. Yeah. The family's hooked on
watch that drip.
On the smash burgers. My son and I, we prefer a pub burger. God.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
I might have to do burgers tomorrow night.
See, there you go. Inspiration. We're here to inspire people.
That's right.
I have the whatever 600 miles it might be to your house just for one of those.
There you go. I'll try to keep it warm for you.
Right. Oh man.
There's a couple of more fan clubs for you, Robert. You got Becky Rose.
Oh, my sisters.
Yeah, and then
hey,
you got
sis.
Ebony Clark.
There's the wife. There's the missus right there.
There she is.
Yep.
The boss, right?
Yeah, the boss.
Absolutely. And let me give credit where credit's due too, because as much of the cooking and everything as I do, she has a big hand in helping create, the initial ideas of these things. So she plays a huge part in the Rose's Backyard Barbecue. A lot of our side dishes are created by her. So yeah, she does a great job. She's a phenomenal cook herself, and she just doesn't want to be front and center.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I get totally
like you say, you giving her credit where it's due.
Absolutely. She cooked the first 25 years of our marriage. So
now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yes. We're just paying them back, right? We're just paying
them back. That's right. Absolutely.
Oh. Did you already get to the cut of meat that did you ask that question when I was out?
Yeah, but go ahead. You can ask it again because you might want to hear it.
Well, what was it?
Robert? What was the cut of meat that you want that's on your bucket list?
Oh, I'd love to cook a bone-in pork belly with the spare ribs still attached.
Right. Yeah. I could hear you guys at that point. Okay, so what's your dream cook? Like the whole cook, not just like you ever want to do the whole pig thing or anything like that? You got any?
That would I think that's always interested me. I would definitely love to give that a try sometime, for sure. So, I think, I really something about the bone-in pork belly. We've done pork belly, we've done spare ribs. We love pork belly. For some reason, that just every time I've seen it, it looks freaking amazing. I'd love to get a try at that.
I need to see a video of what you're talking about because I butcher my own pig every year, and I have left. I usually do this, just get the spares off there and have pork belly.
Yeah.
But there was a year or two where I took like just a thin layer of pork belly and left these ribs like fat.
Yeah.
Opposite. Yeah, I got to see that. Maybe I'll give that a try. Pigs this
Here we
year.
go. Let's see if we can do this justice.
Oh boy. Hey, we got the best in the biz right here, baby.
Is that what you're talking about, Robert? I know it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, that's a.
Because you got the whole pork belly up under it with the bones right on top of it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that's essentially all it is you're leaving your entire spare on top.
Yeah, so I have done that.
Yeah.
That thick to me. Yeah, I've done that before. I didn't know how to cut my pork belly all the way, so I took it.
Oh yeah, is that where they've made the top into crack?
Yeah,
That's
cracklings.
right.
Right
there.
Yeah. So I've also seen where they take and they'll split between each of the ribs, and then season those up all the way around, and then put them on the smoker to where you're getting that nice crust all the way around that pork belly spare rib.
Nice.
So, God, it looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, that you got interesting, huh? It's so rich, though. To me, pork belly is so rich.
Yeah,
dude, and think about that. Cheat your own pork belly and pork.
One and done.
Yeah.
1, 2 if you're a badass. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you definitely make yourself sick. I've done the pork belly, what they call it, the pork belly brisket, where you cook it just like a brisket. That was killer. But I'll tell you, one or two slices and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tap out, please.
Yep.
Someone get out of here.
Yeah, you can just feel that grease coming through your pores.
Dude, it's so,
and it's so thick and
It immediately you're done.
Yep.
What's out of all the sandwiches, the crazy exclude the burgers like the breakfast sandwiches and all kinds of other stuff. What's your favorite one that you built this crazy one? You're like, holy crap, that's probably the best sandwich I've ever had.
Gosh, that's a hard one because we built a few that were pretty damn killer. We did a chicken BLT the other night. I want to say it was last week. That we have a local company called Salsified that does a Peruvian green sauce, and instead of doing a chicken bacon ranch, we used her Peruvian green sauce in place of ranch. And I'm telling you, bacon, lettuce, tomato, griddled chicken, and that chicken was like having fried chicken. And I did it on the flat top,
nice.
Just the skin, and holy crap, that was a phenomenal sandwich.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm kind of partial. Last year we won the breakfast category with Blackstone in the Great Griddle Off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we did what I called the lumberjack breakfast sandwich. So, and it was on a jalapeno cheddar bagel, extra large bagel, and it had everything. It had a chunk of omelet, it had bacon, it had sausage, it had crispy hash brown, and then a runny egg on top. It had everything you could possibly want on a breakfast sandwich, and it was phenomenal. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
There's a reason for this, and that's it right there. That kind of, anytime you talk about food the way that I do, it's you've got a problem. So
Yeah. Amen.
Amen to that.
Like pause in reflection before it's like I might have an issue.
Exactly. Hence the reason I've learned to use the footage from one cook multiple days instead of trying to create these outrageous and delicious cooks every single night, because it just, at a certain point, it's going to catch up. So
He's so much unhealthier than I am at this point.
Right.
I would be so bad by now. Yeah, if I didn't learn that early on, shout out to you homies, because I was on a dark path.
It's taken me 2 years to figure it out. So I've never owned sweatpants in my life until this last year. So
Hey.
Well, it's been a few years now, but I feel you.
Yeah.
You know the struggle.
It's
You're
real.
like,
yeah, it is.
like, oh wow, these shorts, they kind of got yeah. Look,
I did find the greatest thing ever though. Drawstring cargo shorts.
What?
Right? Yeah.
Heck yeah.
No belt needed.
Nice.
Costco, and I buy these ones, and they're not like stretchy, but like they're definitely like for your ebb and flow of the week, depending on heavy weekend, better in the middle, say back to, they work really well. They work really well. They're total dad pants, and I love them.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with it.
Dude, I have like soft, like not like I don't know, the like almost like workout type pants. I got sweatpants, all kinds that I never owned before, just because hey, when you sit down and they expand with you, that feels great.
That's right.
Oh man,
For sure.
Next.
So Robert, if you look at your page, you got a lot of food and you got a lot of like whiskey and bourbon.
Yes.
What's your go-to whiskey or bourbon drink, or bottle?
So we're pretty partial to our. We've got a lot of great local distilleries here in Oregon. Okay. You wouldn't think so, but Oregon's got some amazing distilleries, and I would say that my number one whiskey or bourbon right now is Bull Run Distillery out of Portland, and they're doing some pretty amazing stuff. I just recently joined their whiskey society. I was actually one of the founding members of their whiskey society, which is a pretty good deal. I got their first release 2 nights ago, and it was a 15-year American whiskey aged for another 16 months in Oregon Cabernet casks. And I'm telling you what, it was everything I'd hoped for. So it was phenomenal.
It had to be smooth.
Oh, it was smooth. Yeah, for Christmas this last year, the missus picked me up a bottle of their 15-year bourbon and what's called their rare cask selection. And to date, it is the best bottle or the best pour of bourbon I've ever had. And I've had a lot of really good stuff, the Blantons and Eagle Rare, and that stuff's great, but it's it's all a sweet bomb. I don't find that there's a lot of depth to it.
That's right.
But these bourbons that are being turned out here in Oregon, especially these ones that are aged for 15 years, and Trails End out of Hood River, Oregon, they have a 10-year, and they're running, it's Kentucky bourbon that they import, and then they finish it in Oregon white oak casks, which I'm telling you, it's absolutely phenomenal. So
I've seen that brand, that distillery brand.
Name. Yeah, they do some pretty good stuff out there. It's a pretty cool journey, to getting into the whiskeys and the bourbons, and a lot of the posts that you see with the whiskeys and bourbons. My son is part of that with me. It's something we share. We're constantly picking up new bottles of stuff we're looking for, and we both share whatever's in the whiskey cabinet. And
there you go.
Yeah, it's been a fun experience learning how to nose a whiskey and pull out those flavors, and it's pretty fun.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I just take and drink it. That's all.
Yeah, I would say 3 years ago I couldn't even stand whiskey. I was strictly a beer drinker, and I told myself I really wanted to learn how these guys learn to enjoy it, and it came with just drinking lots of different stuff, finding my comfort zone. Yeah. And surprisingly, my comfort zone is in those really high proofs. If we can get there's more depth of flavor. So we find that both my son and I, if we can get up into the 125 and higher, there's just so much more flavor and depth in those whiskeys and bourbons.
Yep.
So
that's how I am. I want that initial burn.
Yeah.
If you get that initial burn off that first sip, everything else is going to be smooth after that, to me.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We really like it when we find one that's got that warm hug at the end that just kind of lingers there and slowly works its way down. Yeah. That's the good stuff. Yes, sir. I'm talking about it like I talk about my food.
He likes the bourbon hug.
Yeah. I blame her for the obsession with the high proofs, though, because she, like I said, she picked me up that Bull Run 15-year, and that's 125 there, and that's when I really found that it's like, wow, that's where all the flavor and complexity in these whiskeys is those higher proofs.
Heck yeah.
So
yeah, like I say, I haven't acquired it where you can, I can smell the vanilla, or I can smell the this. But tasting wise, you can taste it. Yeah. But to sniff it out, I can't sniff it out.
Yeah, it took us quite a while. And I will say it does make a difference. If you're just drinking or trying to get those smells off of a rocks glass.
No, you won't.
You won't. You've got to have the little tasting glass. Yep. It definitely makes a difference. So
I did notice that.
Yeah, there's a reason beers are poured in certain glasses.
Exactly.
That really does matter. It really does. Yep. Like from how bubbles roll off the bottom of the beer matters.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's kind of why we enjoy the IPAs and the hazy beers and stuff too, because it just more complexity and
I used to brew my own beer, and I got super duper in. I was a hop crazy fiend, quadruples, and whatever IPAs I get on, like a fiend, dude. And I went up to Northern California, and I toured a bunch of breweries up there, and I'd never experienced like sours or like those wild ales that turn real tart
Yeah.
and ghosts and when I found out beer could taste like that and be almost as high of proof, I'm like, why would you drink anything else like that? And now I can still drink really good hazy IPAs. I still enjoy, but
Yeah.
like your run of the mill, like the ones you see everywhere, not so much anymore. But good hazies, oh
Yeah.
but like, oh, dude, I cannot get over the sour beers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
The milkshake IPAs and it's crazy.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
good too.
Oh yeah. I've got a fridge full of them over here from a Seattle and Portland based distillery brewery that they turn out some amazing stuff. It's just crazy the flavors that they put into these IPAs and ales and stuff. So
yeah, dude, I can't like I just from my little knowledge of doing the few batches I did, like the first time I tasted sours and stuff, I'm like, how do they even do this? And then milk IPAs, I'm like, oh well, okay. There was no way I was gonna be a successful brewer because I'm way too far behind, obviously.
yeah, we picked up one last year, and it was a regular size can. Might have been a tall can. I think it was a tall can. Anyways, the brewery is called Great Notion, and they do a bourbon barrel aged maple stout breakfast beer. And I'm telling you what, it was one of the tastiest things I've ever had as far as a beer goes.
Okay, so two of my wildest experiences with a stout was from I believe it's Deschutes that makes it, the Abyss.
Oh yeah.
So, but this is like way back, circa like, oh man, I don't even know, 2011, 12.
Yeah.
And we came across them. We're like, dude, like 11% aged in these wine barrels and 11% aged in this oak barrel. Oh, and then like this 6% aged in this bourbon barrel. Like, what? Okay. So we drank, and granted, our palates weren't ready for it at the time. So we're like, okay, that was crazy. I could see the potential, but that was crazy. So then fast forward a few months, we were talking to another guy, like a Bevmo or some store or something. And he goes, we happened to point out like, oh, look, this is the next year or the next version. And he goes, you do you want to do it again? He's all, hell no. And the guy's like, he's all, let me guess, you took it home and drank it. And we're like, well, yeah. So do yourself a favor, throw it in the closet and forget about it for as long as you possibly can. Pull it out and do it. So we like did that. It was like 4 months.
Yeah.
Unreal, dude. And
yeah,
the are doing with beer and stuff, and it blows my mind. It just blows my mind. I can't believe it.
Deschutes Brewery is just right up the road from us. So that's the great thing about living here in Central Oregon is the the craft breweries that are right. I mean, just in Central Oregon alone, not counting Oregon, but it's kind of that's kind of what we're known for here is all those craft breweries. So we get to taste some pretty awesome stuff.
I bet, man.
Yeah.
We lost them again. Yeah, that's we got two breweries in town now.
Yeah.
So
we have a new one pop up. I swear it's, there's one every couple of months, a new local brewery will pop up, and then they'll open a tap house. And next thing you know, we've got another food truck court shoot. our little town of Redmond here, we've got 4 food truck courts.
Yeah.
And brew pubs. So
I got you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the craze.
Steve
We have one.
Zyman. Hello, Mr. Rose. The Rose Backyard Barbecue is the bomb.
Steve Zyman, what's up, buddy?
Shout out, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Thanks for stopping by. That guy makes some killer cocktails, by the way. Steve.
Ooh.
Yeah, he does.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
There we go.
can you pull up the next picture for me, Damon, while I'm still around?
Yeah.
And I apologize, guys.
Oh,
yeah.
shoot.
Yes. Please tell me about the ratatouille, buddy.
Okay. So my daughter is,
picture.
yeah. It was, I don't think the picture does it justice. It's beautiful, but the flavor and the depth of flavor that was in that ratatouille. My daughter begged me for 2 years. She's a huge Disney fan. Massive Disney fan.
Yeah.
So her and I have been we try to do some different recipes from Disney movies and what have you, but this
That's
one really
badass.
stood out. And I would say that we spent no less than 12 hours on prep and cooking of that ratatouille, and it was phenomenal.
Spiced. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say we did our griddled potatoes. We did ribeye steaks. If you look at that post, there's a whole meal that.
There's more to that post, folks, but I can't give you everything. You gotta go.
That's right. You got to check them out.
That was probably one of the funnest cooks that I've ever done, and I got to do it with my daughter, which made it even funner.
That's right, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It just I was stumbling through. I don't know how, but I never saw that come up in the feed. So I was stumbling. I stumbled through everybody's page since I was on there already getting stuff for the show.
Yeah.
I was liking a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, "What the frick? What is that? How did I never just that picture?" I was like, "No way."
Yeah. That, and we tossed that in the smoker to cook it. Once we got it all assembled, that went into the Green Mountain Grill. So
nice.
it was phenomenal. The flavor in that thing was just homemade sauce. Every bit of that was homemade. We didn't use canned sauce or anything. So yeah,
that makes it even better.
Oh yeah, it was killer. She did the coolest little TikTok video for that whole cook. I wish I could have saved it. I'm not much for TikTok, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I forget about that. Posting on there half the time.
Yeah.
I'm bad anymore.
I pretty much just stick to the Facebook and the Instagram. So
there you go. Well, we hit this last one before Jonesy disappears again.
Oh shit. Okay. So that was another collaboration we did with Painted Hills Natural Beef. They were pretty kind to us at the beginning of the summer. That was a tenderized skirt steak that we it's got balsamic glazed tomatoes, basil. Essentially it was like a caprese salad rolled up into those skirt steak pinwheels, some garlic mashers, and asparagus done on the grill. Yeah. That, and I'll when I say I'd like to give my wife credit, that was 100%. That entire meal was all her. So I assisted with putting it together out here on the grill deck and putting it onto the grill. That was 100% her idea. She took those. We took those slices of tomatoes put them on the Blackstone with some balsamic glaze, and just got them caramelized before we put them into the. Oh Jesus! Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to do the burgers this week. He's going to do pinwheels again.
Those were so good.
What I was thinking.
Yeah. And the skirt steaks were marinated in a Italian dressing, a zesty Italian. So, I mean, that thing just fell apart. So much flavor.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Crazy good.
Phenomenal.
Sure.
That thing looks so good to me. I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then to hear, it's balsamic tomatoes too. And
Well, yeah, I'm so stubborn. I have a hard time thinking out of the box a lot of times. And she's like, well, why don't we fire up the Blackstone and, let's toss those tomatoes on there and get them caramelized with that balsamic glaze. I'm like, really? That's just, I don't know. That's not gonna, okay, we'll do it. And we did it. I was like, oh my, I ate one of the tomatoes before it even went in there. I was like, oh my God, that's a thing that needs to happen often. So, yeah. Yeah, that was another great cook.
Everything you got is coming out great.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
I'll tell you, we do get to work with a lot of great beef, and we're lucky enough to have people that'll sponsor us with that kind of stuff. We carry Painted Hills natural beef in our meat shop. Red wine salt. That's a whole nother level. That's another local company that they take their sea salt and they do a red wine reduction. Okay. And they blend it with their salt and rosemary. And I'm telling you what, it's if I never put another thing on a piece of beef again, I would want that to be the last.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds great.
Yeah. Crazy good. We have a lot of great local companies here.
Yeah. It sounds like I need to move from the east to the west.
Well, we have a lot of small farms and produce stands, and yeah, it's really nice. We live in a great little area that we have a lot of people that are trying to get into those niche. We must have 4 or 5 different local salsa companies and seasoning companies, and great little farms that are producing just amazing vegetables and organic vegetables, and we've got a really good plethora of choices here. Not to mention right here in Central Oregon between Sisters Bend, Redmond, Madras, and Primeville, there's a farmer's market going on, at least 3 a week, 4 a week. So, yeah,
that's good stuff. We need to look into that.
That's the perfect way to shop too. Local, fresh, and if you have access to that many a week, you go buy enough meals, and everything is the freshest you can possibly eat.
For sure.
Yeah. We at the beginning I was talking about how we kind of changed gears with the grocery store that I'm working at, and for 30 years they've been a food for less big box store. In the last 2 years, since we've had some of these places like Winco and Costco and everybody moving in, we've kind of changed direction to fit our clientele. We're probably more like a 70-30 organic, natural, and our big focus is on local companies. We have one whole section of our store that's nothing but all local products. So yeah, it's nice to have those options here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, see right there, Steve's your co-signer on it. He's as local as the best. One of the few good things about Oregon. Local
Yep.
meats, produce, alcohol, the works.
Yeah, he's 100% right.
That's awesome.
So John, we coming up on an hour right here. What you got on this last video that you've been holding on to?
Yeah, so there was a reason, because if you see the hat he's wearing,
Yep,
and the logo down right underneath me right here,
yep.
there was a little collab that happened. Yes, and well, yeah,
That Zab.
there, that Zab. If you ain't zabbing, you ain't living. And he Rose's backyard barbecued the Zab. So just let's roll tape, because let's check this sandwich out and tell us all about it, buddy.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we ordered some of that up. Brad sent us out some of the Zab, and I immediately, when we got it the next morning, I took it to our bakery inside the store, and they do a cheddar. They do different bagels there, and I asked her if she could just do an everything a Zab bagel for us, and she literally, after she sprayed the bagels, she seasoned it with the Zab and then added the cheddar and then more Zab. And I'm telling you what, the seasoning just kind of pocketed up with all the cheddar.
Yeah.
That was one of the tastiest bagels I've ever had. In fact, we gave some samples to the bakery person there at the store. Yeah. And I got to check with Brad to see if they carry a 5-pound bag, because they want to start doing a zesty anything bagel in our deli and selling them out of the bakery there.
Heck yeah, that's big time right there,
dude. It was absolutely killer.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. working on a couple of cooks that I want to incorporate the Zab. So
hey, it's got its place. The chunkiness of it has its place.
Yeah.
So
yep. Yeah, it's definitely got some flavor to it for sure.
Right. So what's the rest of 23 gonna look like for Rose's backyard?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's probably going to slow down a little bit for me. Like I was talking about earlier, trying to cut back on some of these cooks. I got to wrangle in the health a little bit.
Yeah.
So, the cooks will be probably farther between, but learning how to use that footage and content to stretch it out. Yeah, trying to break that 1,000 mark on Instagram. That's been a tough one. I've watched it do this. We hit a point where I kind of backed off for about 4 days, because I just, like I said, with health and stuff, I was just kind of feeling like, so I just put the phone away. We did some different things for dinners and but I literally watched the numbers just drop every day. Like,
that's crazy.
Okay. It happens that quick. So yeah, we're just going to, we're probably going to readjust a little bit on our format. I'd like to add more adventure cooking in. We've got a lot of outings planned for the tail end of summer and fall. I'd like to take the smoker, a little smoker, and the fold up Blackstone out with us and do some cooking up in the hills, and maybe create some content up there. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Maybe changing gears just a little bit.
There you go.
So keeping the content coming. It just might look a little different than it has.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with a change.
Nah. It's got to be a change for the good. I want to be around for the kids when they get older. So I gotta make a few changes.
That's right. And the biggest thing is, as long as you're still having fun with it, that's the biggest thing.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, if you stop having fun with it, you might as well just hang it all up.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
And I'll be honest. I mean, you know, when you're trying to do, like I was trying to do a cook every single night, you know, you get some nights you're going to get home from work late, and I was so focused on, you know, creating a post for both Instagram, Facebook, every single night that it gets tiring.
That's right.
So, I mean, it once you do the cook, you're pretty much the whole rest of the evening is editing and playing with pictures, and next thing you know, your entire evening and afternoon is gone, and you haven't seen your family except for looking at them across the house.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but no, we plan on keeping it going. It just might change a little bit in the way it looks. So, but
I'm sure the people that's rode with you, they're gonna still ride with you.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll enjoy the content. Like I said, it'll just look more like a, you know, a little more outdoorsy than.
And I was gonna say, heck, it might pick you up a couple of extra, you know, couple followers here or there.
Yeah,
with the change.
Well, and we did. We bought a new truck yesterday, so now I've got the option of actually plugging something into my truck to be able to run it up in the woods. So that opens up some doors. So super stoked about that. Yeah.
So we're good. Johnsy, what you got for him before we get out of here?
No, I apologize. That's what I got.
You're good, but
no, man. It was just good to see you again, man. Sit down and talk with you. Good to show you off a little bit again. Excited to see what the new direction. I know it's still going to be killer. You know.
Well, we appreciate you guys having us on here again. It's always fun hanging out with y'all. So, and it's going to be a fun rest of 2023.
Hey,
let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
With that being said, right there, follow Robert right here on the link right here as it's coming across the bottom. Hey, and don't forget at the Roses backyard barbecue. I don't keep wanting to say back porch.
It's a back porch.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got is back porch.
Yeah.
So, but cool, Robert. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, fellas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe, tell your buddies about it. See you next week. Friday night show, DAD pod, Redbeard Seasoning on the representing, and then Sunday night we'll be back with another foodie show. So until then, hey,
cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.